it's time for bedtime stories with
Ron Burlington.
Ronnie B.
Hi, y'all.
Yeah, what up, Ronnie?
Where you been, motherfucker?
Good to be back. I was up in Alaska for a couple months.
Fucking cold there.
Were you?
Yeah. Well, anyways, tonight, boys and girls, we're going to read a really cool story. The Eskimo children used to love this story when I was reading to them. It's called The Fast and the Bi-Curious. So it starts like this. In a sleepy little town in South Jersey, there lived this real piece of shit named Lucas. Now, I don't think there was anyone worse ever. And I mean, just imagine if Donald Trump had a retarded child with a speech impediment and narcolepsy who grew up to be a virgin and a scrub, and he used to scrub the shit out of a fast food restaurant. Well, that was Lucas. And his father, though, he was pretty successful in the white trash world of drag racing. And he was a top contender in Daytona or some shit like that. I don't know. But anyway, one day, Lucas grew tired of scrubbing shitters at Jersey Michaels and started taking orders from high school kids who were much cooler than he'd ever be. That's when he quit his job, the lazy fuck, and he decided to make Greyhound bus trip to Daytona to find his meth head and race car driving daddy. Now anyways, when he finally arrived in Daytona, Lucas found out that his daddy was dying in a hospital, kidney failure. And he went to that hospital and he visited his daddy. And when his father lay dying, he told Lucas that he was a colossal failure. Ripped off his colostomy bag and threw it at him. And it didn't stop there, no. With his dying breath, Lucas's father mustered up the strength to get out of bed and beat Lucas with an oxygen tank to the point he had one bad concussion. His father then dropped dead. Lucas did what any jackass in his position would. He grabbed a scalpel off the table, cut his piece of shit dad's face off, and throwed it on his own. And he started racing as his daddy, but he did really horribly, because he was just such a fucking moron. He flipped a lot of racers' cars and killed a whole bunch of spectators doing the crashes. And then the racing league demoted him to the pit stop crew. Now, Lucas didn't know jack shit about anything, dumb fuck, but he figured he could lube up some shafts real good, and he was really good at that. Anytime the drivers would stop at Lucas's pit stop, and he'd take off his jumpsuit, pour oil all over his body, and gargle some of it. Then he'd spit it at the drivers. The drivers were a little confused by this, and who wouldn't be? That's pretty weird shit. But being NASCAR drivers, they would all jump out and fuck Lucas straight in the asshole. And this shit was getting really weird, so the race commissioner, he decided to start an investigation of his own. He went to the hospital Lucas's dad was in, and he found his corpse with the face peeled right off, put it in the back of his car, then drove Lucas to pit stop. Lucas did his regular shit with the oil, and as the commissioner stepped out of his car, he slipped in the lube, cracked his skull on that concrete, and died. Lucas cut his face off, throwed it to his, and set the corpses on fire and ran around the entire NASCAR corporation into the ground. And that is the end of that story. That's one big dumpster fire, if I say so myself.